So there are a lot of different things that indicate that you may have too much chronic inflammation. It's the itises like osteoarthritis. Inflammatory bowel disease is a inflammatory itis.
Bad results or bad habits provide bad results, or good habits provide good results. But it all goes back to these intentional, well thought out actions we take.
So we have to have a plan. We need to have some sort of a visual display, write it down, have micro goals to reach the macro goal, whatever that is.
The car is meant to be on the road, but living out of bounds is where we're too high. We're off in the ditch, and then we try to relax and we get in the other ditch. Then it's time to go back to work, we get in the other ditch. That car won't run very long when it's driving in the ditches. And so we are made.
Let's go.
Did you know that inflammation can be quietly destroying your body without you even knowing it? Yes, that's right. Your body creates an inflammatory response to a lot of different things. It could be a virus, a bacterial infection, simply a broken bone or a bruise, a cut, anything that causes a traumatic experience to the system. Your body creates an inflammatory response. There's both an acute and a chronic component of inflammation. And at the root, inflammation is the precursor to all chronic sickness and disease.
But with that said, we have to have inflammation to live. People kind of forget that, without the initiation of the inflammatory process to initiate the healing, we would die. But what happens is we get so much stuff going on, our inflammation system goes from acute, which is like this incident-based, to chronic, which is happening all the time. That's the problem.
So there are a lot of different things that indicate that you may have too much chronic inflammation. It's the itises like osteoarthritis. Inflammatory bowel disease is a inflammatory itis. What are some other itises that come to the top of your
Well, I think
mindset?
Bursitis is one. Anytime I hear that itis at the end, that suffix it means inflammation. So we need to really understand that the whole process of inflammation is very complex. We have to have it. And so when we take these anti-inflammatories or even immune suppressant drugs, it shuts off that process. Now, you may not hear the noise of the pain anymore, but does that mean you fixed it? Not at all. It just means you silence the noise, and the consistent movement, for example, in an arthritic situation, covering up the inflammatory noise or pain, if you will, can cause us more pain in the long term.
That's right. So evaluating what the root cause is would be a very good thing to do. For example, in Hashimoto's thyroiditis, perhaps having your labs evaluated. Do you have a high level of antibodies? And do you need to actually go at the root cause of gut dysfunction and being imbalanced in the gut microbiome? Have you had a recent bone density evaluation? If you have osteoporosis or osteoarthritis, have you been evaluated for the weakening of your bones? These are simple things that we can look at to evaluate how to develop a healthy solution that's outside of drugs. It involves lifestyle. In order to create a healthy gut microbiome, we have to be paying attention to what's at the end of our fork. And even to avoid osteoporosis, we truly have to be aware of what's at the end of our fork.
Well, you mentioned something very key, like the greatest inflammatory causers that we have is going to be this inflammatory barrage of non-foods. All the processed foods are not fit to eat. They're so unfit to eat. Every time we bring them in, it's inflammatory. I use this analogy a lot, and people might take it wrong, but let me explain it. I'm talking about the border analogy. We always want to talk about this securing the borders. But the greatest borders you can secure is right here. What comes in and out of your mouth, and we bring stuff in that's just unreal to me. That it's like, It's like you're saying to your border, let's bring in all kinds of drug dealers and murderers and child traffickers, and let's just think that's cool because everybody else does it, and that's where we are right now. That stuff we're bringing in, the body looks at that as a foreign invader, and it creates this inflammatory response. And that's the greatest one we have right there.
So one of the biggest solutions to all the itises, of course, is going to be the food that you eat. What's at the end of your fork? Is it inflammatory, the standard American diet full of sugars and seed oils, or is it anti-inflammatory, full of plants, polyphenols, the micronutrients that the plant world has to offer? Remember, that's what cells run off of, is the micronutrients that create regeneration, not inflammation.
Well, and inflammation is not bad, but if it becomes bad, as you said correctly, it becomes the precursor to every disease process we know. So if we can control inflammation, it can become an asset. But if we don't control it, it becomes a liability.
A couple of the other things that we can do for controlling that standard American diet, if you're just making the transition from, eating on the run, eating fast, eating quick, is our Kingdom Fuel. You can be found on Sherwood.tv. You can find it quick and easy. It's just one shake a day. It's a complete meal with multivitamins, multiminerals, fiber, which the gut microbiome actually absolutely has to have to thrive, and it's got greens and reds in it as well.
So there you have it. All you ever wanted to know about inflammation and more. Remember, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but it can be a bad thing. So get it under control, and you'll find out that you can actually slow down the aging process.
Focus.
We're going to teach you how to focus.
I don't know about you, but I have to have that cup of coffee in the morning. And Kingdom Coffee is mold-free, it is pesticide-free, and it is organic. It's got this flavor that is delicious. You don't even have to put cream or sweetener in it.
And it's Kingdom Cup with a K,
K.
right? So this is important. 50% of all coffee at least contains mold. And this is a key thing. That's in bean form, right? So you're going to be a little grinder. They're just a few bucks. Grind it up, put it in your maker, and make it. Why did we go with the bean form, the whole bean? Because ultimately the powder form is the one that gathers the most moisture. And that means the more potential mold development. So this is actually organic, mold-free, certified. It's got a little certificate with it. That's important because ultimately people drink coffee. It's cultural. And so we tried to meet the culture where it is and create a healthy alternative.
I don't know about you, but I have to have that cup of coffee in the morning. And Kingdom Coffee is mold-free, it is pesticide-free, and it is organic. It's got this flavor that is delicious. You don't even have to put cream or sweetener in it.
And it's Kingdom Cup with a K,
K.
right? So this is important. 50% of all coffee at least contains mold. And this is a key thing. That's in bean form, right? So you're going to be a little grinder. They're just a few bucks. Grind it up, put it in your maker, and make it. Why did we go with the bean form, the whole bean? Because ultimately the powder form is the one that gathers the most moisture. And that means the more potential mold development. So this is actually organic, mold-free, certified. It's got a little certificate with it. That's important because ultimately people drink coffee. It's cultural. And so we tried to meet the culture where it is and create a healthy alternative.
Hey friends, you already know the answer to this, but we'll ask you anyway. If you stay away from your favorite junk food for a month and then go back to supersizing it, will your health improve?
Well, that's the thing about change. To change, we have to be as consistent as possible.
And when we go back to an old habit, it's not the end of the world. We just get back at the new habit.
Before you know it, real transformation is evident to you and others.
That's why we offer a bunch of helpful bonuses when you subscribe to Kingdom Fuel.
Kingdom Fuel is our complete nutritional meal shake.
It's the simple start to a transformed life, and we'll auto ship every month so you don't run out.
You'll receive 2 free shaker cups, free access to our video courses, and a monthly call with us filled with practical inspiration.
Just see the link below or on your screen and subscribe today.
Focus can be a big bone of contention, oftentimes, that can destroy goals. As we know, as the new year approaches every single year, no pun intended, oftentimes we set goals. We prioritize things, we resolve to be resolved. But unless we have a plan, we're actually planning to fail. We're going to talk a little bit about focusing and how to stay focused on those goals.
Well, I think when I think of goals, I think about it is a vision of what you want to achieve. And think about it like the light at the end of the tunnel or the sunshine down the road. When you're focusing on reaching that light or focusing on walking toward that sunshine, you are locked in and focused on that thing. And a lot of times we get distracted. And the distraction is not being focused. It's the opposite. I call it anti-focus, so you're distracted. So the key point is your goals have to be so clear that you're not going to waver. And then that has to connect with your heart and mind, both. You can't just say you're going to do something. I have this saying I use, and I think it's worthy of discussion. It is habits, when formed with intentional actions, provide consistent results. Habits, when formed with intentional actions, provide consistent results. And those habits can be good habits that provide bad results, or bad habits that provide bad results, or good habits that provide good results. But it all goes back to these intentional, well thought out actions we take.
So we have to have a plan. We need to have some sort of a visual display, write it down, have micro goals to reach the macro goal, whatever that is. I have found that for myself personally, it's very important for me to surround myself with the right people, the right environment. You are actually my accountability partner. What would you say to other people about finding the right accountability partner or putting themselves in the right environment to achieve their goals?
You have to find someone around you that's willing to work as hard or harder than you do. And maybe you have to find somebody around you that actually is doing it or has done it and is still doing it. Because if you're hanging around with somebody who's never done it and has the same problem you do, you're just going to have a codependent lack of focus, right? I think also with the word accountability, I view that completely different. People think about accountability as being something to, maybe, I need you to help me, show me when I mess up. Well, in my world, that's not accountability, because I think every single person, and I believe this, every single person out there, you have in your account of your life the ability to do this, to stay focused and achieve anything you want. I really believe that. So the accountability partner is someone that says, you know what, you have it in you and you have the ability, and they keep reminding you of that every single day. To me, that's the best accountability you could have.
Well, oftentimes, I don't know about you, but I really like a reward or an incentive or something that is going to remind me that I've achieved something. So along the way of my goals, perhaps I will say, well, I'm going to get a new pair of shoes at the 3-month point after I've done so many rides on the Peloton. What would you say about setting up a reward system or incentives?
Well, I'd say shoes are good, massages are good, vacations are good, trips are good, cookies are not good. Donuts are not good. You don't want to celebrate an achievement with a cheat. That's the worst thing ever to do. You like achieve something. That's like making an A on a test and then going to the principal's office and letting him take out the big old wooden paddle and swat you on the backside. That makes no sense to me. So it's twisted. Set a reward out there. Short-term, long-term, and get it done, something you enjoy that's actually healthy.
Well, in our world, we don't call it a cheat. We call it a choice. If we want to go celebrate with a meal, will of some sort that's usually not on the plan if we're trying to, put on muscle or get ready for a show or an event. We'll say, let's have a choice meal instead of a cheat meal. It changes the whole subconscious thought process about it, and how we can sit down and enjoy it. Instead of cheating, we're just actually having a choice.
Yeah.
What would you say to how do we put it all together to help someone achieve their goals?
Well, first of all, you have to, what goal do you want to achieve? And then you set short-term steps of incremental improvement that are attainable. Short-term, long-term. Write them down. Get somebody else to see you write them down. And then start at one day, one choice, one decision at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't plan on failing. Don't plan on falling down. But if you do, get back up again. One step, one moment, one thought at a time.
Did you know there are a lot of health benefits to taking a vacation?
All of our personal tips coming right up.
Now we have it. Kingdom Crunch.
It's important to start breakfast off with a power-packed punch. You want a complete amino acid score, good protein. If you turn the label over and look at the back of the box, there is no added sugars in either one of these flavors, either peanut butter or acai bowl.
Peanut butter has 11 grams of high-quality protein. Acai bowl has 8. Peanut butter has 11 grams of carbohydrate, acai bowl 12, and both of them have good, solid fat content at 6 grams. Very filling, very healthy.
You will be fueling yourself with high-quality fuel, starting off the day right. You can even use Kingdom Crunch as a snack in the middle of the day if you just have a craving and you want to eat something that is good for you, has a crunch, and doesn't have a lot of calories.
There you go. Diabetic friendly, keto friendly, paleo friendly, Kingdom Crunch, and
Child friendly. Hey friends, you already know the answer to this, but we'll ask you anyway. If you stay away from your favorite junk food for a month and then go back to supersizing it, will your health improve?
well, that's the thing about change. To change, we have to be as consistent as possible.
And when we go back to an old habit, it's not the end of the world. We just get back at the new habit.
Before you know it, real transformation is evident to you and others.
That's why we offer a bunch of helpful bonuses when you subscribe to Kingdom Fuel.
Kingdom Fuel is our complete nutritional meal shake.
It's the simple start to a transformed life, and we'll auto ship every month so you don't run out.
You'll receive 2 free shaker cups, free access to our video courses, and a monthly call with us filled with practical inspiration.
Just see the link below or on your screen and subscribe today.
Kingdom Candy with a K again. 2 flavors. We got salted
Delicious.
caramel and peanut butter. These are great. I mean, they're
kind of like a complete meal.
yeah, they're 200 calories. People want to know that all the time, and not that we're worried about calories, but these things have great ingredients. They're not sweetened with sugars, and they don't have those false sugars or fake sugars, artificial
They've got
sugars.
fiber in them.
They do. It's interesting. Salted caramel crunch is our newest flavor. We'll come up with some other stuff at some point, but those can bridge the gap of that sweet tooth craving. They're sweetened with monk fruit. That's really, if you know what that is, it's not going to raise blood sugar.
It's really only 2 grams of sugar. I refer to it as the sweet without the cheat.
Any of these things out here are designed to be money-saving, nutrition-giving, and life-enhancing. And this is a big deal. So you'll find out, like thousands of other people did, that these things will help you live healthy longer.
I don't know about you, but I have to have that cup of coffee in the morning. And Kingdom Coffee is mold-free, it is pesticide-free, and it is organic. It's got this flavor that is delicious. You don't even have to put cream or sweetener in it.
This is actually organic, mold-free, certified. It's got a little certificate with it. That's important because ultimately people drink coffee. It's cultural. And so we tried to meet the culture where it is and create a healthy alternative.
Do you feel like you might need a sanity break sometime? A little R&R? How about a good old-fashioned vacay? Little vacation time. I don't know about you, but my wife and I enjoy those vacation times. But it's not just about getting away. It's actually about a health recuperative concept. And so there's a lot of benefits we get from a vacation time.
One of the most important health benefits I get is I get to spend time alone with you.
Yay, that's the best, man. I like it.
Yes, it's time to just rekindle, recommunicate, reconnect, go for a walk on the beach, be in clean air, away from the stimulus, no cell phones, no having to answer emails and questions constantly. Now, don't get us wrong, we love what we do, but when you take a vacation, it's a break from the stressors. Living in that high-pitched autonomic fight or flight system all the time is not really good for anybody. And for myself, I know that when I come back from a vacation, I'm actually energized and I enjoy my job more.
The funny thing about a vacation for us is we've learned there's short vacations like weekends, or there's staycations. People can stay home and just not work, or stay home and do yard work or something like that. Might be a vacation. But sometimes we found that when you get away, it takes 3 or 4 days to sort of unwind and
At
kind
least.
of reset yourself before you go, wow, I was really stressed out. I was really wound tight, and my autonomic nervous system was pinging up the top cylinders
We're
there.
living out of bounds, so to speak.
Yeah, and when I use that analogy,
flight.
of living out of bounds, it's like the car is meant to be on the road, but living out of bounds is where we're too high. We're off in the ditch, and then we try to relax and we get in the other ditch. Then it's time to go back to work. We get in the other ditch. That car won't run very long when it's driving in the ditches, and so we are made to sort of chill out, relax. And, our producer over there was telling us before we started this one about one of his grandchildren was pretending to be sleeping in the back. And they asked if she was sleeping because, no, I'm just chilling. So sometimes to get away on a vacation is chilling.
Yeah, it creates a better general overall sense of well-being. You feel better about yourself. I can't tell you how many patients come to me and say, I don't have any food allergies. I don't have any allergies. I don't have any itchy skin when I'm on vacation. So it tells us when we come back and we get into that hyper stress mode, the immune system becomes flared up and these things return.
Now, when people decide to take a vacation, it doesn't have to be a high ticket item. Can be, but it doesn't have to be. So you have to think about how often we should do these things, how much we can and how much we should spend, and where we might want to go. Some people get stressed out to fly. Some people don't get stressed out to fly. Some people prefer driving. Some people like warmer temperatures, a beach, for example. Some people like to go to a mountain, maybe going to Colorado or something like that. So you got to find out a place where, if you're going as a couple, both of you might enjoy, and then you budget it out and figure out where you want to go. And then I believe you got to get them on the calendar. I mean, we do this every year. I mean, this is some of the stuff that we do, right? So we'll plan a bigger vacation summertime and then a bigger vacation between Christmas and New Year. We've done that for years, and it sort of gives us something to look forward to, doesn't it?
It absolutely, it kind of boosts your happiness a little bit if you know that something is coming up that is a break from the stressors. Now, I'm not a person that has ever thought about working 6-7 days a week as ever bringing me to a place of burnout. But as the years go by, I realized that, that little bit of vacation actually reverses that burnout sensation or feeling.
Well, it can, and we need to do this anyway. I mean, you can take, for me, even a sense of, like going on a date night on Friday night, when we spend that time together where there's nobody around, that is even a sense of a vacation. A vacation to me is not necessarily changing locations, but it's changing the position about how you think, what you're doing, who you're around, from your constant day-to-day grind of a job, for
That's
example.
right. Well, and when we go out on a Friday night, we make sure not to take the phones or to leave the phones in the car, and to make sure that we are just connecting with one another, because that's just it. That's important time to foster our relationship and to put the stressors to the side.
Well, it is, and we need a vacation more. There's so many times we see couples in our office that are struggling with their health. And I watch them. They struggle with their health. That equals struggles with their relationship. They're so stressed. I was talking to a couple recently, just as 2 days ago, that had just finished this big old election campaign, because we recently had some elections,
Yes.
some primary elections, and they had finished this race. They didn't win the election, and they were so burnt out. And I said, "Doctor's orders: schedule a vacation." We're going to. I said, no. Next time I talk to you,
Orders.
I want a vacation scheduled. And they're like, okay. And so hopefully they did that. It's a big deal. With vacations, though, folks, you got to take some time. I mean, I don't know who. We have to take some time.
Avoid burnout.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but man, I want to get away sometime. So we always look forward to the escape, if you will. Not an escape of loving you as our folks in our community, but as an escape, just give us time to get away. It's important. So if you're out there and you find yourself in a rut, doing the same old things again, and the idea of vacation sounds so good, well, do it. Excuses are like the backside of Rosie the pig. The closer you get to them, they stink. So don't make excuses. Make a vacation time right now. And I promise you, when you get back, the situation may not change, but your viewpoint of the situation will.
Hey friends, you already know the answer to this, but we'll ask you anyway. If you stay away from your favorite junk food for a month and then go back to supersizing it, will your health improve?
Well, that's the thing about change. To change, we have to be as consistent as possible.
And when we go back to an old habit, it's not the end of the world. We just get back at the new habit.
Before you know it, real transformation is evident to you and others.
That's why we offer a bunch of helpful bonuses when you subscribe to Kingdom Fuel.
Kingdom Fuel is our complete nutritional meal shake.
It's the simple start to a transformed life, and we'll auto ship every month so you don't run out.
You'll receive 2 free shaker cups, free access to our video courses, and a monthly call with us filled with practical inspiration.
Just see the link below or on your screen and subscribe today.
If you're suffering from fatigue, if you know you got toxic overload because you bring in stuff that's actually inflammatory and toxic, it's time to get your body in a place where it can function again, because toxic buildup can and does and will kill you.
Kingdom Detox and Kingdom Detox packets. So the body's completely nourished. It gets a little bit of rest because it's not having to over digest, so to speak, and it gets the right nutrients that support those phases.
That's why the Kingdom Detox process works.
Let's go.